Hello and welcome to this video. So I just bought this empty makeup palette from Shopee because I became obsessed with the idea of putting everything into one palette. This small makeup palette that you can put 6 different things into is around 100 pesos and I gave it a go. So right now I'm just putting in my go-to eyeshadow. However, I realized that it's better to use a cream eyeshadow for this DIY palette because the eyeshadow pigments will just get all over the place. I'm using a small spatula to tamp it in. I also have this multicolor eyeshadow palette that I don't usually use, so I went ahead to scrape off the black eyeshadow to add to my palette. If you have suggestions as to how to set eyeshadows in powder form on a palette, let me know in the comments below. I still recommend using cream eyeshadows instead. So next order of the day is to put my concealer and bronzer in. You'll see that my present concealer and bronzer sticks are a bit of a mess, so it's great to sort of organize them into one palette. I took a piece off from my concealer, used a spoon and candle to melt it off, and poured it in my palette. I also did the same to my bronzer and poured it in beside my concealer. Next up is a couple of lipsticks. I've had this red and nude lipsticks from Everbilena for quite some time now, and I'd like to experiment on them. I used the same method as I did with the concealer and bronzer, melted it with a spoon and candle, and then poured them into the palette. After setting everything in place, I placed this makeup palette into the refrigerator and cooled it there for about 24 hours. Some say that 4 hours is enough, but I just wanted to make sure that everything is set in place. So this is the result. It's actually not perfect, but I love how I was able to put 6 makeup items into one palette. This is the usual set of makeup that I use before going out or while traveling. Basically, there are 13 items for face, eyes, lips, and cheeks. So it's quite a lot. And now after making my DIY palette, the number of items on my kit went down to just 8 essentials. I still think it's quite a lot, so I'll make another video where I'd go extreme minimalist when it comes to makeup. On the other hand, this is my everyday makeup kit. I'll only bring 4 items with me when going out, just for touch-ups. So I gave my DIY palette a test drive. I'm still a bit uncomfortable using it at first, but I was able to make a system of using it. I stick to just one brush for my concealer and lipsticks. I just clean it out with every use. I also use a retractable brush for my bronzer and powder. This makes my makeup kit more compact with the use of multifunctional brushes. So there you have it, my everyday makeup look using my DIY palette. Let me know in the comments below what other makeup hacks you want me to do or experiment and share here on my channel.